Josh O'Connor was like
Through the fence?
through the fence.
That was a great shot.
Yeah. Welcome back to the Region Cinemas podcast. No Bad Seats. I am Luke, and I am here with my co-host
Sam.
And we're going to kick it off with some news this week. Now, this week we saw Disclosure Day. It's one I've been very excited about. I know you've been very excited about it.
Very excited.
So we'll get into that soon. I think we'll go in. There's a lot to talk about in this. I avoided trailers for a long time, so I actually don't know how much was seen in the trailers versus how much.
I think I only watched I definitely watched the first major trailer.
Yeah, same.
And then I pretty much avoided everything after that. I saw one or two clips.
I ran out of the room at one point, and my wife's like, "Why are you leaving the room?" And I'm like, "I don't want to see the trailer for this, but
I don't want full disclosure yet."
Exactly. All right, so getting into some news for the week, a sequel to Romy and Michelle's high school reunion has started filming.
I don't know what this is.
You don't know Romy and Michelle's high school reunion?
No.
It's Lisa Kudrow and someone else. It's not a film I've ever seen, but it's like a cult classic female film.
Yeah, no, I've never even heard of it.
Yeah, it's like this. It's a big thing. It is a big thing.
Okay, cool.
But I think it was like a mid to late 90s,
Yeah.
and yeah, random that they're doing a sequel, but that's in the news.
Interesting. Yeah,
There you
no,
go.
did not know anything about that.
Congratulations, you've just discovered a new film.
My world has opened up.
And a sequel to that film coming up.
Very cool. We also got another sequel in the works. 24 Jump Street.
24 Jump Street. Now, this is one that I did want to talk about a bit more.
We didn't get 23, did we?
I think they're doing it this way because 23 Jump Street was supposed to be 23 MIB.
Oh, that's right. There was going to be that crossover.
And apparently Channing Tatum, recently still saying that's the funniest script I've ever read. I don't know why we couldn't do it, but it was, I think, why, I looked into it probably within the last 12 months. I was why did that never happen? Because it was two major franchises, the amount of producer credits was going to
10 minutes of producer credits.
Yeah, it was going to blow out the cost.
Yeah,
because they had to pay all these producers, and it was just going to be way too much because it's also 21 Jump Street is based on an old series.
Yeah,
so
true.
you've got the characters are already based on that, and then you've got royalties going into the film versions of it, and all of the people who are, and then you've got Men in Black International, that whole sort of thing. It was going to be shit tons of producers, and it was going to blow out the budget too much. And
right.
So. And for what the film would have been, they wouldn't have wanted to spend more than $100 million.
It wasn't going to be $1 billion movie.
And it wasn't going to be $1 billion movie.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's interesting. So I wonder if 24 Jump Street jumping straight into 24 is because of that.
Potentially.
23.
I mean, in the end credits
happened.
of 22 Jump Street, we got up to 30 Jump Street or whatever it was. So it's I need to go rewatch it now and see what 24 was and be
years.
Are we doing
Is that what we're doing? Yeah. I don't remember at all.
Because some of them were 25 Jump Street Med School or something like that.
That's right.
There was just random Clown School, I think was one of them. There was some real weird ones in there.
I don't know how they're going to do it. The whole thing was that they were supposed to be young and now they're not.
Well, even in the second one, they were at college and they're aren't you 40?
Yeah.
So it's going to be properly
Well, it's have you ever seen Wet Hot American Summer?
Parts of, yeah.
Okay, so the movie initially took all of these actors and actresses who were probably late 30s, early 40s when they filmed it.
Yeah.
I would, I'm talking Bradley Cooper, Amy Poehler, in Black.
I do remember a bunch of the
It's got a
cast,
great cast. H. John Benjamin is the voice of a tin can.
Yeah.
And there's all of this weird stuff going on, and that was the joke that all of these Paul Rudd's in it.
Yeah.
Elizabeth.
But they're playing high school people.
Yeah, and they're playing the idea is that it's their first day of camp, and they are 16-year-old camp counselors.
Yeah.
So they're like Paul Rudd's whole thing is he rocks a denim jacket, and he's like way too cool, and he always just like rides in on his motorbike and like just jumps off the motorbike, and it just goes like, and he's just like, you know, like got the glass on. It's so over the top. And then like 20 years later, or like 15 years later, Netflix did
they did a sequel to it, didn't they?
sequel series where they got everyone back who is now like 15 years older and did First Day of Camp. So like the first one, the movie was Last Day of Camp. So they set the sequel, the series 8 weeks beforehand, and everyone is like way noticeably older again. And then they did, I think, Wet Hot American Summer like 5 years later or something like that. But again, it had been another 5 years. So it's like all of this has happened and everyone's, yeah, it's ridiculous. But the series leads right into the movie. So like all of this stuff that goes on in 8 weeks, like there's a character in the movie who's married and is like it's Molly Shannon, and she's like struggling with her husband. And then in the movie, it's the first day, in the series, it's the first day of camp, and she hasn't met her husband yet. Oh, right. And then over the course of the series, she meets her husband, and they get married, and in
8 weeks.
I think it's like literally in the space of like a day.
Oh, right.
And then it's like 8 weeks later. Like I think the entire series covers like a day.
Yeah.
As the movie does.
Yeah, right. Okay, gotcha.
And she meets her husband, gets married to her husband, and then and then is divorced him by the movie, which is 8 weeks later. And so like they really play it right up. That's really funny. But yes, that's what it reminds me of.
I'm keen as hell because I love
if you lean
the
into
first
it,
two.
it's
and that's what they've done so well with the first two. Like number 2 is one of the best sequels I've seen in a long time.
It's very good.
Like,
and it was Lord and Miller as well.
Yeah.
So
hopefully it's like a return to form. Are they coming back?
I don't know.
I hope so.
I do too. If you're going to do it, don't do it without Lord and Miller. But at the same time, they've got a Spider-Man film to finish up, and maybe they're getting towards the end of that with Beyond the Spider-Verse, and they're looking for what's next. So who knows? Couple more things off the top of my head. We got a first look of Brad Pitt in the new David Ayer film Heart of the Beast, where he plays a SAS.
Cool. I saw it instantly, and it's like man and dog, and I was like, "You're gonna make me cry, aren't you, David Ayer?"
Yeah. Well, it reminds me of the Dog Stars. You know, have you seen the trailer for that?
I haven't actually watched the trailer yet. I saw that's Jacob Elordi, Ridley Scott movie, I believe, isn't it?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is this the first trailer we got released for that, or the second?
Yeah, I think the first.
Yeah, I must have just seen like images or something from it before.
So yeah, Heart of the Beast. I mean, I like David Ayer. Everything I've seen him do is authentic. It feels real to me. Like I like his stuff. I mean, it's authentic. It feels real to me. I say that, and like the last movie,
Beekeeper was just like way over the top,
which was
in the best way.
But yeah, he really had to do it. But I really like him. So yeah, and Brad Pitt, and I'm excited. You know.
Yeah. This is their second time working together too. They did Fury together.
Oh, of course.
And Fury is top tier.
Yeah,
that's
absolutely.
A great movie.
It's phenomenal. So yeah, that's upcoming. I think that's October.
Okay.
So I was looking at the list yesterday and saw that on there, and I was like, wait, now I know what this film is.
Should be getting a trailer soon for it.
Yeah, so hopefully a trailer soon. I keep hearing that trailers for all of these movies are going to drop soon, like Avengers Doomsday. Surely we'll get something.
Surely.
Have they finished filming yet? Who knows?
We're like 6 months out at this point, aren't we?
Yeah, so we're getting close. You'd think that we're going to get something soon.
Yeah. And we got a trailer for, which I also haven't watched, Social Reckoning, was it?
Social Reckoning trailer dropped this morning.
Sequel to The Social Network.
Yeah, so the interesting part of that is obviously we had Jesse Eisenberg play Mark Zuckerberg in the first one. They went with Jeremy Strong in this one. Jeremy Strong looks very good as Mark Zuckerberg.
It's a weird, like, I saw it and I was like, oh yeah, maybe? Yeah.
Yeah, it's like you sort of go, oh, I'd have loved to have Jesse Eisenberg back because he's playing, but now like then
apparently
Mark Zuckerberg,
he refused to return, or not refused to return, but declined returning.
I could see that.
Yeah.
From Jesse Eisenberg, that doesn't surprise me.
I think for Jesse Eisenberg, his like career trajectory has gone. He's like sort of taking it, like especially after what was that movie he did with Kieran Culkin?
A Real Pain.
Yeah, he directed that.
He wrote, starred, and directed it. Yeah,
and it was quite well received.
Yeah.
So I think he's sort of moving more in that trajectory now.
I think always he's been someone who, well, I don't want to say always, but always someone who's been like versatile. It's not necessarily that he's going in that direction now, because I feel like he's done things like that in the past, and I think The Social Network is probably a good example of that. I know that like he chose his role as Lex Luthor because of the way how like heavy the script was, how like dense the text was, and that sort of thing, where he's thinking like, oh, this is like an artsy take on it. Like, so that's sort of been his mindset. But then he's also done 3 Now You See Me films where
got to pay those bills.
You know, it is fun. But I agree. I think he's trying to lean more into the directing, the writing, and it also makes sense to me because I think the way that Mark Zuckerberg went from like normal dorm student to absolute robot. Anyway, you look at Jeremy Strong and he looks exactly like Mark Zuckerberg.
The way he was like holding himself in the image where he's like this, and I was like, oh, that is Zuckerberg.
Yeah, he's just like, yep,
looks like a lifeless droid.
They have turned me on. Yeah, eyes wide, like, yes.
And the like horrible little haircut they've given him, and I'm like, oh no.
He does look very strange. So that's
also got
Jeremy Allen
White and Mikey Madsen in it.
Yeah.
So this is like, I don't know if this is her first role since Honora winning the Oscar, but one of her first roles we've seen her in since then.
Yeah, because she's also got she's also in Star Wars, is she not?
I can't remember. I know she turned down a bunch of roles. There was a bunch of ones.
So
like Scream wanted her back, and
I'm
she was
thinking
like, nah.
It's either Mia Goth turned down something and Mikey Madsen got cast, or Mikey Madsen turned down something and Mia Goth got cast, and I can't remember, and I feel like it was Star Wars.
Yeah, right.
So one of them, I'm pretty sure, is in Starfighter.
Okay.
With Ryan Gosling.
I have a feeling it might be Mia Goth. There,
yeah, but it was whatever it was whoever took it. It was originally offered to the other one.
Yeah, yep.
And you know, I'd sort of they just float around in the same category for me. Like they look pretty similar.
Yeah, yeah. I have a feeling I remember her turning down like a big franchise. That was like, I know she turned down returning for Scream, but like there was a big franchise that came for her and was like, hey, we want you. You are an Oscar winner now. And she sort of went, no, I don't want to do that type of thing. Which, like,
fair enough.
Whatever, yeah.
If it's not for you, it's not for you.
Yeah.
Helldivers. Are you familiar with Helldivers?
I know the name.
Helldivers is a video game series. The sequel came out a couple of years ago. It was very, very well received. It was actually a change of format, so I've never played either of them, but I have looked into it because I kept hearing about how good Helldivers 2 was. And I was like, do I have to play the first game? It's like an older game. I never played it. And then they're like, it's a completely new format. So it's like in the world, but it's a totally different style. You're not really going to miss much.
It's like when GTA 3 came along.
Yeah.
And it was like, if you'd never played 1 or 2, it was okay because this is a whole new ballgame.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So like that, they're doing a franchise on it. Jason Momoa exited.
Oh.
He was one of the attached names to it. So for that to happen, very, very strange.
Interesting.
It's going to be, interesting to see how that goes.
We also got some set photos this week from, or in the past week or two, because we haven't done a podcast in a couple of weeks.
Yeah. We did watch Masters of the Universe last week, which we loved, mind you.
Skeletor, best villain of the year. So
has not done well, but it is a great film, really worth going to watch.
Yeah,
so if you haven't seen Masters of the Universe, really leans into the cheese in a way that, I think benefits it. It's a lot of fun, and I mean, I'm someone who doesn't normally like cheese in films. Like when I feel like there's too many films that like throw cheese in amongst serious tone, and then it cuts the serious tone and makes the cheese lame. This just goes, we're an extremely cheesy franchise, let's just lean into it.
The closest thing I can compare it to is Dungeons & Dragons.
Yeah, which it felt like.
Dungeons & Dragons went a little bit harder still, and I think Masters of the Universe could have still gone harder, but perfectly
so much
great.
fun.
I think I gave it like 3.5 or 4 stars or something like that. I was like, I can see myself watching this again. Like, for a popcorn flick, it was just great fun.
I'll 100% watch it again. But anyway, set photos.
Yes, from Superman Man of Tomorrow.
Yeah.
Or I don't even know if it's just being called Man of Tomorrow. But the Superman sequel.
Yep.
Looks
like we've got a change in, there's definitely a change in suit because he's got a different collar and all that. exactly tell from the set photos, but it looks like a slightly darker suit to me. It looks like the emblem's slightly bigger.
Bigger, yeah.
So that's cool. But
Looks
the big
a bit
thing
tighter
is,
fitting as well.
Yeah, exactly. instead of the leather jacket design that he went with for the first one, the repurposed Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 suit with a freaking Superman logo slapped on it. Yeah, I mean, I think the suit looks cool. If it remains that slightly darker blue.
But the suit that looks really cool
is the Lex Luthor war suit.
Yeah, the power suit looks like insane.
Yeah, I mean,
he looks kind of like Buzz Lightyear, but
there is definitely some buzz about it, and I imagine we'll probably get a joke about that in the movie. I'm sure that Superman will say something about it being Buzz, and you'll just be like, "That's the cheese I'm talking about."
What was like James Gunn first released an image of it because I think they were like, "Yeah, this is going to get seen," and I was like, It looks
I didn't mind the design. The image that was released was pretty poor.
It wasn't a good, like, I was like, this shouldn't be your first image to release
I was
for it.
watching some
The set photos look better as well. Like, I'm getting at with that. Like, when I saw the set photos, I was like, oh, yes, I'm in.
I was watching some people talk about it, like film critics, going, looks a little, and I hate to say it, but CW-y. And then it's like, but I think it's the way that he, like the photo he's taken, the lighting,
it looks like CW lighting.
It's like CW lighting on a massive pit of sand, and you've just gone, take a photo of that and let's post that to the internet. And like,
it was a poor decision.
It looks like it was trying to be artsy. Like James Gunn's just like, guys, I picked up my camera this week.
I hate to say it, only because it'll piss some people off. Zack Snyder would have done a way better job of taking that photo.
He's a camera guy. But it sort of feels like that's what he's trying to do, because Zack was doing a lot of that behind the scenes. This is first, like that's how he did it.
Yeah.
The exact same way, where it's like, but he is a photographer, and his photos look unbelievable.
Yes, exactly.
Like, I mean, half the time, I feel like he was just nerding out about cameras on set, is what I hear. He just was like nerding out about cameras with people.
I think he had his like Leica M11.
Exactly.
And he'd just like swing it out and be like, okay, stand here, stand there.
Yeah, exactly. There was a bunch of photos of like Zack Snyder's Justice League released beforehand.
Yeah.
That weren't even related to the movie. They were just like people in like, he was just like, stand in this box. It's cool. I'm going to get everyone to do it.
Yeah, I remember those. There were like random like shots in Iceland and stuff like that where they were filming, and you were like, that looks amazing. I
just want to shoot these in black and white. But yeah, it sort of feels like he's trying to follow that format. And like part of me is like, is he trying to mimic it? Is he trying to get people on side because it clearly works for that audience who go, oh, this is cool to see that behind the set photo, like, and wants to sort of get his own version of that audience. Like, I don't know why he's done it, but yeah, you're right. It would have. But without going too heavy on it, the suit, like, I didn't mind the design. I thought the photo looked pretty crappy, but the design looked cool. The set photos, it looks way cooler. I'm excited to see it in action. I like that they're doing it practically. It could have just as easily been him with a full CGI suit and
at least
looking like Troy in Community, where he's in the alien.
Yeah.
You know, with
like Robert Downey Jr. on every Iron Man set.
Yeah, exactly. Except for the first one.
Well, yes, true.
Yeah, I entirely agree. I reckon the set photos look good.
I'm keen. We also got a little bit of the Batman Part 2 in the last couple of weeks as well, which looks interesting. There's a bit of snow and stuff like that, which Matt Reeves, I think we'd already talked about that a little bit. But there's been a little bit more coming out of that. We still haven't got like a new Batsuit reveal. There is apparently a bit of change to that from what I've heard people saying.
Interesting.
Because there was the set, and then I think they'd put out a thing that like the next night was going to be a fully lockdown set. Like no one will be able to see. And my guess is
I heard that about Man
Villain.
Tomorrow.
Oh, well, I'd say it's for that too.
Yeah, I heard that there was a fully locked down set for Man of Tomorrow, like a couple of days ago, and the speculation is Wonder Woman.
Yes, yeah. I did hear that one too. Yeah,
anyway.
But yeah, the Batman one, they were filming in a tunnel, and then I'd heard that there was a lockdown coming up as well for it. That they were like, it's either going to be new Batsuit and see Batman, or there's going to be a villain that we don't know about yet.
Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah, very exciting.
Interesting. I mean, there's been a lot of stuff for the Odyssey, new popcorn buckets, new
the popcorn
trailers,
buckets.
new multiple popcorn buckets. We've got a Trojan horse and an IMAX camera.
The IMAX camera looks amazing. I really want one, but IMAX listed them for like $50 and they sold out within minutes because they allow 5 per person.
Scalpers.
So scalpers are just going wild with them. Not to mention, why don't we have an IMAX Australia website? This needs to be addressed because
there should be some stock.
There's so much stuff on that IMAX website I would buy, but if I go and then there's like a t-shirt or I've seen a hoodie that I'm like, that looks amazing, I want that. And I go to buy it and it's like $80.
We are going to IMAX in a couple of weeks to watch The Odyssey.
Yes.
So maybe we can address it with management.
Yes, we will
Over there.
walk in there with a point to make.
That's what, that's what I'm just like, I would like to speak to a manager, sir.
Yeah.
And IMAX Melbourne is sort of like the peak. It's like when you're looking at 10, like the top 10 IMAX cinemas in the world, IMAX Melbourne always is the one that appears as the one. So so that's cool. But
it's just like the frustrating thing is that it's their prices are US dollars, and then their postage is like 60% of the price again. So you're like, what?
Yeah. For a popcorn bucket with no popcorn.
Yeah.
Is it worth it?
Hopefully they're selling them.
It's good to see though, we are getting a lot of merch coming in. Scary Movie did really well. We had a Scary Movie merch. We had a bit of Masters of the Universe merch, which looked great. And we've just been getting a lot of it. It's really nice to see that people are getting around it. It's like this whole new element of cinema. It's like, I'm going to get this popcorn bucket. I don't know what you do with it once they're home. I have the option to take a lot of them home, and I have not. But I've got all of them in my office. My office is stacked with popcorn buckets and drinks, and it's always good to see. Let's get into the big film for the week. Disclosure date, new Spielberg. Yeah,
and like, there's been a lot of talk over the last few weeks about these young filmmakers doing these amazing things. Curry Barker at 26, Kane Parsons at 20.
Yep.
Let's just talk about the OG, 78 years old, directing Disclosure Day.
Yeah.
This is
wild.
Like, all power to those guys.
Yeah,
Kane Parsons and Curry Barker. Like,
it's more like what you're saying is like, you're not done because you're not 20.
Spielberg was directing back at 20 as well.
Yeah.
So like, I'm just like, wow. Like, you can see there's another 58 years of experience there.
Yeah.
Like, and watching this movie, you can see that. Not to knock on anything of Obsessional Backrooms, but like the way Spielberg directs is just
Did you feel there was so much of his DNA and everything about it? Like, I was sitting there going, I know this is a Spielberg film. I could put this on and like everything about it, from the camera work, having the score. The score felt...
John Williams. This is like their 30th collaboration or something.
There's something strange about a film in 2026 though that feels like that. You know what I mean? Like, it's a film that I would feel like I would have watched as a kid.
Yes, yeah. And
that feels like it was made.
That's what I've heard so many people say about this film as well, that it like took them back to watching movies as a kid, and I fully agree. And that's what Spielberg has always done so well. Like, he brings this like childlike sense of wonder to movies that feels like a movie.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean?
yeah.
Like, we get all these films lately, and that.
But
and
it's,
they're great,
again, it's not even that. It's like it feels like it feels like a movie, but it felt like a 90s or an 80s movie, or like we've just talked about 58 years worth of Spielberg, so you could say 70s, 80s, 90s.
Yeah.
There is a through line, and there's just something about it that it just did. Yeah, it did pull me back into that, where it's like, yes, the technology's better. Yes, these are newer actors. All of these things, but like, I feel like the story is almost timeless. Like, there wasn't a lot of elements that played into it that made it feel like, oh, this could only be done in modern times. But at the same time, the camera work, the score, everything about the way that the film was sort of designed just, again, made me feel like I was watching one of those films that I grew up watching.
And there's a lot of elements in it that I think tie back into that. Like we said, you've got John Williams' score in there. He shoots a lot of it on film.
Yep.
Like, everything sort of brings you back to this like golden age of movies, which Spielberg was like peak of, you know. And in his peak, he was. Yeah. It was peak cinema as well. You know, we were getting Indiana Jones and things like that.
I was thinking actually midway through about it.
Yeah.
And the word that came to mind after a couple of scenes was like, there's whimsy to it. like it's whimsical in a weird way. Like for what the film was about, there was still like so many elements that sort of made it like fantastical, played it up a little bit, made it whimsical and sort of fun, without it necessarily like taking away from the seriousness of it. I didn't at all feel like there were moments where I'm like, ugh, camp, or
like, and that's where like when I say
like
that childlike wonder, I think that to me Spielberg's movies always make me feel like that. They make me feel like a kid, that I'm like experiencing this amazing thing that I would never have the chance to experience if it wasn't for Steven Spielberg.
Yeah.
And it's just a masterclass. Like I was watching some of the shots and just his blocking he is just the goat of blocking. Like the way he moves the camera in a scene, you don't get it anywhere else really. Like you don't get, and that I think is the difference in a lot of what we see at the moment is Spielberg doesn't go to these trends.
Yeah.
Spielberg goes to Spielberg's playbook.
Yeah.
And like that playbook is...
And builds on it.
Boom. Like it's just massive. There's so many shots in there, like we said, that you feel like you're getting this like almost greatest hits run of Spielberg shots and Spielberg like ways he does things, needle drops, everything. And I just love it.
Yeah.
Even... I was watching a thing recently, it was like they were saying about how one of the least talked about shots of Spielberg's is the two shot of just two people talking in profile to each other. And they were like, he does it so often. And I noticed it a bunch throughout the movie.
Throughout this.
And one of the fun ones is that he does it with someone split in the middle. So he'll have the back of someone's head and two people talking across at each other. And then one really cool one he did with this, they're talking. And then as this character then turned to talk to the person at the back of the head, the camera just slowly came over to them.
Yeah,
and
so it was like...
just perfect.
I noticed that too.
Yeah,
that was a good one.
There's so many great little moments in there where you just go, God damn, he's so good.
And it's funny because it's stuff that like, for you and I, we see that stuff. And it's like stuff that people who don't necessarily go to the movies to watch.
It's all like in that
stuff. It's sort of like it's just
subconscious,
that you take in that he does this, and you sort of go, and like of course now when we mention it, people who watch this film will go, oh yeah, I do see that. But it's cool that it's so ingrained that you don't even question it.
Yeah,
you know
exactly.
what I mean?
Like even I feel like I have to kind of tune in to watch it because otherwise I just get lost in the movie of like
one
it's all happening.
That got me, I thought, and I was wondering how they did it. I initially thought it was maybe on like a dolly track, but then I think it might have been drone, where Josh O'Connor was like
through the fence.
That
was a great shot.
Yeah, runs through the fence, does a full. It probably does like a 360 around him, and then continues on another like 180, and then stops, and then follows him. And I thought that was really cool, the way we sort of saw that play out, because
he kind of like ducks and weaves through a fence, and you go with him, and then up and out.
Yeah, because all I could think during that was, oh, geez, whoever is flying that drone, because I initially was like, oh, geez, they've done this. This is cool. And then it was like gone through the fence and all that, and I'm like, whoever was flying that drone's got
either that, or I reckon crane, and then the top paling of the fence was just CGI.
Yeah.
Because there's one point where it comes through and I was like, oh, we're going through the fence, and I expected it just to be an open top, and then there was a beam, and I was like, I wonder if that's a real beam.
Yeah.
Because like you easily with a crane over bringing through
to do that full.
It would have been.
But it also feels like you get the right person on a drone.
Oh yeah.
And it's like it's a cheap shot compared to a crane.
Well, yeah.
But who knows? We'll have to have a look into it. But look, let's talk a bit on the story, because Disclosure Day is obviously about aliens, and we knew this as a Spielberg UFO film for years.
Very excited because we're getting a return to Spielberg doing sci-fi.
Yeah. It definitely feels like a film that even if you're not into sci-fi, it's not a film that you as a need to be someone who's into sci-fi to watch. It doesn't spend a lot of time in those sci-fi elements. It's more about the people. It's more drawn into emotions, empathy, and how they...
Reminded me more of almost like a Jason Bourne-esque movie in a way, not with this superpowered individual that can do anything, but more everyman running and...
so basically Josh O'Connor's got this information.
It's an on-the-run movie, really, when it comes down to it.
got this information about aliens, and the company who he's taken it from are chasing him. Simple as that. Colin Firth.
Yeah. Creepy as hell.
Yeah.
When
In a good way.
There's a
Great.
part where he plays, and I don't think it's giving away any spoilers, but their eyes change. Him with blue eyes is terrifying.
Yeah.
I don't know why that.
Yeah.
Like, I think anytime you change someone's eye color, it looks off because
Yeah.
it's not what you're used to. But I was so creeped out by
Yep.
him, and
Yep.
the way he plays that moment was
Yep.
yeah,
Very
crazy.
good. Coleman Domingo, as always.
Love him.
Just
Yeah.
brilliant. And we had Wyatt Russell,
Yeah.
who I was like looking at going, I didn't know he was here.
Yeah.
There you go. So yeah, it's got a really strong cast. Obviously, Emily Blunt was fantastic. But yeah, much more focused on the human interaction than I thought was going to be when I found out this was like a UFO-based film.
Yeah, you're not going in getting like spaceships landing and all this stuff all the time.
It's definitely more like, I mean, the title is Disclosure Day, and it's like the whole thing is more about
like governments and people.
government disclosure. So
Yeah.
it's very, like, it's one of those films that, as someone who's not necessarily into sci-fi, you could look at and go, well, how much time does the government spend declassifying information about all of this stuff? Like, we see declassified information about UFOs and stuff actually leak in real life a lot. And
Yeah.
how that sort of plays out and like to what extent. Obviously, this goes to a very specific extent, and it does lean on some like historically rumored things, like Roswell is mentioned, and
Yes,
it's
yeah.
like all of those sorts of things. So
I was waiting to see if we got like a ET Easter egg or something like
yeah,
that.
I sort of thought that might be the case as well. But yeah, so it leans more on that disclosure of information, the declassification of UFO sightings and things like that, than actual UFOs and things.
Yeah.
I still walk out of it with questions.
Okay.
I mean, I think it explained a lot in a great way,
Yeah.
but I walk out of it and I go, I'm going to get on my computer and do a lot of research after this, which is what I do with these films. I'm like, why did this happen in this movie?
Yeah.
And then have somebody who's much smarter than me explain it, and then go, oh yeah, now that I'm reading that, it clicks to me. And I feel like I understood the majority of it.
Yeah. Okay.
No, I don't even feel like I misunderstood. I just feel like there's things that were probably
Interpreted differently.
could
or-
be interpreted in different ways, and I'm
Yeah.
curious as to how people have perceived certain things.
Well, I think even after this film, we were sort of chatting, and you said something, and I was like, "Oh, I interpreted that a bit differently to how you have."
I just
So-
don't think it was as simple as the film maybe made it out to be,
Yeah.
because I don't think, I think that it made it seem like it was really simple, but it was almost to a. I don't want to talk about it too much because I don't want to give away
spoil it, yeah.
spoilers. Just watch the film and enjoy it. But yeah, all in all, I really liked Disclosure Day. I thought it was fantastic. Spielberg, a lot of great stuff going for it. I like that it just dropped us in.
Yeah, I was a little bit like, did we miss a scene? Like,
Yeah.
'cause
I
you
I
really
sort
do
of
just
thought we
get
were
like
going to get it. Like, they drop you into it, and then we have a flashback, and
Yeah,
like,
no.
one of those like opening scene, we're right in it, and then we go back to the start.
Yeah, I was waiting for that, and
But the opening scene where we're right in it was the start, and here we go. But
Yeah.
they gave us enough information throughout that
Yeah.
explained what was going on. So yeah, I
they
mean,
disclosed most of the.
they
information.
disclosed most.
I like.
We got the
full-
title of the film.
We did.
This
we
is
did.
Disclosure Day. I love that.
Yeah.
Love that when
It
we
was
get. Yep.
Yeah. No. Full disclosure. I loved it.
Good.
I love Spielberg.
Mm-hmm.
I have fun with nearly all of his movies. I don't think I've ever watched a bad Spielberg movie.
Yep.
Even the quote-unquote bad ones are still
Yep.
amazing and better than half of any of the films you see.
Yep.
I openly will admit I still haven't seen all of Spielberg's movies,
Mm.
which is probably a bit of a crime, but more for me to watch.
That's right.
But like I've always enjoyed his films. This was no different.
Yeah.
Weirdly, kind of comparable to War of the Worlds in a way. that for some reason there's just certain things in that I was like kept comparing to, and I think it's that kind of chase.
Like the Tom Cruise Dakota Fanning one.
Yes, yeah, Spielberg.
Yeah. I was just like, wait.
Not the like 1939 version or the radio play one.
Yeah, of course.
But like, like that film is very much a like, it starts, you're with a character on an adventure, sort of chasing in a chase in a sense, and that's what this is.
I saw that movie when it came out, and I haven't seen it since.
It holds up. It's better than you think it is.
Yeah, right.
Better than you probably have a memory of it. And I think, was it Scary Movie that parodied it?
Yeah. Or there was
tainted some of it.
Yeah. Okay.
Because like sometimes those parody movies do that. They taint your memory of like how good a movie is, and they're like, they've made fun of it, so then you go like, haha, that was so stupid, I made fun, like, they made fun of it. And then you go back and you watch it, and you're like, damn, this movie is actually really good. Like, what the hell? Like, War of the Worlds is one of those.
Yeah, right.
It's a decent, like, it's a good movie. It's not.
I was thinking about a movie during this film, The Day the Earth Stood Still.
Oh,
with Keanu Reeves.
Yeah.
I don't know whether my memory's changed it or not. Also a bad movie.
Yeah, I have memories of that being a really boring movie.
Yeah. It was like probably more boring than I was hoping.
Yeah.
Because I was like, oh, Keanu Reeves,
like aliens, cool. And then it was just like...
Yeah, but I was just... There were moments in this film that the Earth stood still, and I was like, remember that film?
Yeah.
So, yeah. But ultimately, definitely worth a watch. I'm keen to see Tuna we have out this week as well.
That looks... I've heard so many good things.
Yeah, I keep hearing massive, like, just real positive things, but unfortunately, like, it's just a small film.
Yeah. I mean, what is it? Like a pianist tuner / heist movie?
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm in.
Niche, but it'll... And Dustin Hoffman, Leo Woodall, should be good. Next week, we have Toy Story 5 out, which is very exciting.
What else is out next
Leviticus, which we have an advanced screening of this week.
Okay. I thought there was another big movie next week that wasn't...
No, the following week is Minions and Supergirl.
Yep.
Then we have Jackass the following week. Mm-hmm. And then something else. We have a big list of movies in July.
The Odyssey.
And then July... No. I was
the
like...
middle week.
Moana.
Oh, yeah.
Moana, Evil Dead Burn, and The Invite.
Oh, The Invite looks cool.
Yeah, and then The Odyssey.
And so does Evil Dead Burn.
And then nothing, and then Spider-Man.
Yes, okay.
So we've got a run. We've got a run of good films.
We've been having a good run in general. So
it's been a strong...
Hope it just keeps
going.
going.
It keeps kicking on. It's been a strong year. So that's all from us at No Bad Seats. We hope you enjoyed. Thanks for listening, and until next time, we'll see you at the movies.